Hi there reefers, this is Tony Close to UK Reef. I've just decided today to put a short video out. Now if you followed my videos or seen previous videos, you'll remember the one where I showed you this setup, the 300 litre Aqua 1 aquarium. That when I bought it and what equipment came with the fish tank. Now I still need to do a video on curing and cycling the tank, adding sand and rock work. So I'll make that my next video. But in the meantime, once you've set your tank up and you've got it to this stage, as I have, and you are enjoying the fish, the coral and the inverts, what you will notice over time, because it is a heated aquarium, that there is tank evaporation, which basically means the water is evaporating out of the tank. So your water level will actually start to slowly drop from here down, down, down. Now seeing this has a lid on it, it minimises the evaporation, but unfortunately my sump does not have a lid, so I have quite a bit of evaporation. Now with a saltwater tank, because the water contains salt, when the water evaporates, the salt remains in the tank, which increases the salinity of the water, which is not very good for your corals or fish, because as we all know, a marine aquarium requires stability all the time. So what you do to cure this problem is you keep topping up the water that has evaporated to keep the salinity correct. One way you can do this is, like I used to, is mark the level of the water with a pen, felt tip pen, or a piece of tape, and as the water evaporates, just fill it up again to that level. Now this is satisfactory, but some days you're going to forget, some weeks you're going to forget. So the best method is to get an ATO, which is an auto top-off unit. Now this will do the job for you and give you more time to enjoy the aquarium. So we'll take a look at one of these units now. So guys, this is the Reef Fill Compact. And I'd just like to start off by saying that I have bought this unit myself, and I'm only giving like a demonstration on how to set it up. Now this is my first and only auto top off that I've used. Now this one was at £99, and it is well worth the money to keep your water stable. So we'll have a look inside the box now. So as you can see, we have the power unit, which is a plug basically. I need to get that out. We have a very small pump that will pump the water that has to replace the evaporated water. Comes with some tubing, a bracket that will sit on the side of the aquarium, and the tubing will be held in place down the tube there. Now we have the controller unit, if you'd like to call it that. You have your main power supply in at the top, and at the bottom you have 3 connectors. The centre one is the pump, so you'd actually plug your pump here into the centre one. Now the port on the left actually says water level sensor. So you'd put, it comes with 2 optical sensors, which are here. Sorry, which are these 2. And they would plug either side of your pump. Now one's your safe level and the other one's your water level. So once you plug them in and your main power, these will actually sit into this mounting bracket, which is magnetic and will stick inside your glass, and it's magnetic up to 12mm of glass. So the way this is set up, let's turn it like that. These sensors, you've got 2 of them, optical sensors. They sit into the bracket like so, one pointing up and the other one pointing down. So I'll explain what happens when I show you the setup in my tank. Also comes with there these little clips. You can't see them very good. They're like a figure 8 C clips, and what they will do is they will hold these 2 wires together and keep them tidy. So that's all the bits that you get. So we'll see how this all now is set up. So viewers, this is the ATO. This is the main unit, main power supply in. The middle one is your pump. The left and right are your 2 optical sensors. Now at this point it is important that I tell you that the water that you replace the evaporated water with needs to be RODI water, because you cannot use just normal tap water. And that's reverse osmosis water, deionized. And I keep mine in like a 5-litre tub. You can have as big a tub as you want, but this 5-litre tub will do me 4, 5, 6 days, depending on the evaporation. So I've drilled 2 holes in the lid, and I've put the tube in through the lid and the pump. Just drop it in there. So that part's set up. Now your tubing will go in round the back of the cabinet into my sump. So we'll take a look at that now. Right then. Now the tubing coming from my 5-litre tub is coming through the back of the aquarium, through that plastic bracket. I'm just using this as a pointer. Plastic bracket, and the tubing I've also cable tied it to the main return pipe to stop it falling out and doing any damage. Now it's also important that the end of the tube here is above the water surface. because once the ATO switches on and starts topping up the tank, when it turns off, if that pipe is below the surface of the water, it will back siphon into the container and eventually empty your tank basically. I also keep the reservoir water at a lower level than the end of the tube going into the tank. If you keep it at higher level, this reservoir, there is a danger of the whole thing siphoning into your tank. Now your two optical eyes not a very good picture this, but there are your two optical eyes. Now the one at the back is pointing down, so when the water surface comes up to that optical eye, it is at a safe level. But once it drops down, it will send a signal to the power unit, which will switch it on, and that will then fill up through this tube. And again, once it hits the level of that safe level optical eye at the back, it will stop pumping. Now if it doesn't, it has a backup, which is your other optical eye, and if the water comes above that, it will cut the pump off. So viewers, this is the first ATO that I've used on any of my tanks, and I will not run a tank now without one, because of the benefits of keeping the salinity at a permanent safe level. I hope you find this video helpful. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe, and I'll try and get the sand and rock video out as soon as I can. Thanks for watching, and goodbye. Just before I go, one last thing. As you can see, my 5 litre tub is just sitting at the side of my aquarium, which is quite unsightly. You can actually box it in or get another cabinet next to it and put it inside the cabinet to hide it, which will make it look a lot more presentable. So once again, thanks for watching.